First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC with gunmetal crystal edge technology screens and our FLE-VT company coming soon. Somebody posted on my channel, I guess they were trying to educate me on, and not to be rude or anything, don't take it the wrong way, but they're kind of educate me on basically LED projectors. So let me explain something to you really quick. I've been working in this field for quite some time. I have had quite a lot of projectors to play around and be able to understand how projectors work. I am an expert in ambient light rejection technology, including the new FLE technology we have now. I basically have worked with gray screen paints, which I have an extensive history with that, because you can go on my YouTube channel. You can go back to my original company under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint, which we did all nothing but great paints. As in gunmetal technology, yeah, we've done gunmetal certified screens, you name it. We're over 10,000 videos in. All right, so let me explain this to the YouTuber really quick. So to come on the channel and say about LED projectors, I think I'm quite informed about how LED projectors work. The knockoff projectors are really cheap ones that you find on eBay that claim to be like 50,000 lumens, 10,000, 20,000 lumens. Those are LED projectors. Those projectors are trash. They don't really pick up all that well. So they have some issues with them. Most of the time when you see these particular projectors, these cheap knockoff projectors, they usually have plastic lenses. Lenses are supposed to be glass, not plastic. So when you're looking at the cheaper LED projectors, yeah, this is why when you look at, when we post that we support DLP, 4K, 1080, something like that and so forth, we never mention LED, because the LED by itself is trash. Now, LED hybrid, you ever heard of hybrid projectors? They have them. The Casio projector is actually one. It is a DLP and LED projector combination, and the projectors we have in front of us have the same technology. They're DLP projectors. The reason why, because the LEDs are actually too dim. They're not bright enough, and the DLP combination actually makes the projector very, very bright. So this is the projector I've been using in my demonstration right here. If you look very closely up front, see where it says DLP? So this is a DLP and LED projector hybrid. So for the YouTuber who basically, again, I get this all the time when people think I don't know what I'm talking about, came up and explained to me the whole theory of LED. I know the whole theory of LED. I know the theory of LED. I know the theories of CRTs too, which those are basically the big bulky home theater projectors where you have your yellow, you have your blue, green, and you have your blue. So I know about those two also too. I know about the BMC adapters and all that stuff. So yeah, I know quite a bit about projectors. But I already I guess he was trying to debunk the theory that the LED projectors wouldn't be to read the gray screen correctly. Let me explain something to you on top of that too. Gray screens don't pick up regardless. I know probably, I don't know who it was, but trying to fight and make it sound like the gray screen is an amazing screen. It's not an amazing screen. I just went into storage today and I picked up my Christie 5,000 lumen projector. I have it right there sitting on the floor. Now, I've tested gray screens on 5,000 lumens, 4,000 lumens, 200 lumens, 2,000 lumens. You can go to my channel. You can check it out. I've tested on just about everything you could possibly think of. We had a Panasonic projector in there with, I think, 16,000 to 1 contrast ratio, and that projector was around 1,200 lumens. It wouldn't pick up on a gray screen. I had multiple ultra short those. Neither one of them picked up. We had a PX747. ViewSonic 4K projector, it wouldn't even pick up on the gray screens. Gray screens don't register on anything. So I know they're trying to come in. Usually we get these YouTubers, we know who they are. They're just trying to spread some rumors. But let me explain something to you. You're talking to a person who, when I do demonstrations, I have more projectors than everybody else. So when I do my tests, this is the reason why, if you look at everybody else's channel who's talking about projectors, you look at their video count compared to ours. Yeah, we've done just about everything you could possibly think of. You can go to my channel and type it up. But this is where you're wrong. See right here on the projector? See where it says DLP? If you're buying a Pico projector, you want to make sure that they're hybrids, which means they have a DLP and it's an LED combo. So basically, the LED projectors don't really pick up all that well but the DOP projectors are bright and vivid. So the same projector I'm using in my demonstration, see that little symbol right there? Yeah, that's why that projector is so bright. That's why it picks up a nice, beautiful image. And despite the theory of trying to say that if I'm using a LED projector, it's not properly picking up on the gray screen, I got knockoff projectors that are LED that don't even pick up on gray. Actually, no. Let's take that back. The knockoff projectors did work on the gray. They don't pick up on black screens. They won't even pick up on certified gunmetal screens. No black diamonds, none of that. That's why none of them big companies you never see them in it with Balba projectors, IWAL, but you never see them in there with them projectors. You know why? They don't read. Those projectors read on budget screens. That's what they read on. High quality screens won't read on a knockoff. That's why we can't use them. And right there, this is my brookstone. My brookstone also too is a DOP projector. So it's DOP and LED hybrid. If you look at the Casio projectors are DOP and LED hybrid, but they're also too laser. And that's a lamp-free projector. None of one of these have lamps. There's no lamps in these at all, period. These are lamp-free projectors. This is 200 lumens for the brookstone. It's 200. And this one right here is 50 lumens. So when he came into the channel, he's saying, no, you got it wrong, buddy. You made an error. Your LED projectors can't do so and so and so. No, buddy, this is a DOP projector. It's LED and DOP hybrid. And if you looked up, made the model number up. If you looked at the model number clearly tells you what it is. Put it up here. It's a battery life on it. So mine's a PP71 at 50 lumens. That's why when I first got this projector from my buddy June, this is where I brought the projector from. He came and said, hey, look, I got this tiny little projector. You'll freaking love this. I'm like, man, I can't use that, man. That thing won't even pick up anything. I said, it's probably LED. It's a LED projector. LED projectors are trash. This is not, man. This ain't just a LED. This is LED and DLP projector. See in the specification sheet under the projector, what does it say? It says LED and DOP light engine, which means this basically can read on a gray screen, it can read on a black screen, it can read on a white screen, and it can see color. This is why I explain to people, you know, there are people who ask questions on our channels, and I have no problem helping them out. And then there are people who come on our channel and try to act like we don't know anything at the end of the day, and then we have to embarrass you. That's why I say before you come on my channel, crack a book, because I guarantee you it's not going to go well for you. I've been down this road. I go to different forum sites every day, and I talk to projector gurus, and they're all day long. And we can go in there and we can talk with the best of them in there. Heck, I can even go over an OLED and display my table over there and pull my infinity contrast level next to their TVs. So, again, as I said before, these projectors right here, if you're buying a projector, the QME projectors, what we look for when we look for these Pico projectors, the good ones have a DLP. They're DLP integrated. That's what they have. The ones that don't have that DLP, it's just right there where it says, let me see, pull this up a little bit for you. See if we're right there on the adjustment right there. I'll get it too far too. Trying to bring it up so you can read this a little better. But anyway, you see where it says DOP. This is what you look for when you're buying portable projectors. You want to make sure it has that DOP symbol on it. If it just says LED and there's nothing there, that projector is going to be trash. Absolute trash. And no, they don't read. He's right on that one. They don't read. But these aren't LED. These are LED and DOP hybrids. Let me go plug my stuff back up. Matter of fact, I wanted to pull my projector up a little higher while I got it disconnected. Because I wanted to expand my screen size just a little bit more. Got it on my Velcro. Yeah, but we get them in there, and I hate to say be that way, but we get them in there, or we get people that will come in and be rude and act like, you know, like we don't know what we're talking about Like we're idiots at the end of the day. Then when we educate you, then they get mad and get upset. We're like, well, you didn't have to talk to me that way. Well, you didn't have to bring out the question that way. There was a way you could have basically talked to me that I didn't have to come down on you that way. Because if you're going to try to make me look like an idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about, you got the wrong person at the end of the day. I'm quite aware of the machines I use at the end of the day. I'm quite educated on the machines that I use at the end of the day. So if you're coming on my channel to try to make me look like I don't know anything, I got something waiting for you. So when I do these demonstrations, now you know, and it says right there, if you looked up the specifications on the projector, which is the PP71, it says right there in the specification that it's a lead and DOP engine projector, which means they're hybrids. They have two. Most projectors just have DOP, some have the LED, some have LCD. That's it. But these are hybrid projectors. They have two different light sources in them. That's one of the things I liked about the Casios. The Casio projectors was a DOP laser and LED projector. They're interesting light source. Without a lamp. No lamp required for those projectors. Absolutely no lamp. These have no lamps on them. Now, am I a big fan of the laser projectors? No. I'm not a big fan of laser projectors. Unless those suckers got some kind of safety kill switch on them, so you don't walk in front of them and get blinded at the end of the day, because it will happen and it can happen. That's what happened to me with a Casio projector. Casio projectors have this, they have this kind of lens cap with a silver coating on the other end. If you buy one of those projectors and you don't have that lens cap on it, you're screwed on so many levels. It's not even funny how screwed you're going to be. Because even when you turn the projector off, even though it's off, the laser is actually still active. What that silver coating is on that lens is when that laser is constantly pushing out of that projector, even when it's off, it bounces off that cap and it bounces back into the chamber. It's a back and forth this all day long going on. But if you remove that cap and it's not there and you walk downstairs, you're going to see flashes of light. And that's what happened to me. I turned off the projector. I didn't have the cap on it. And I'm thinking, oh, that's good. That laser's off. And I go upstairs to get something to come back down. It's like somebody took one of those huge old-fashioned flash bulbs and it went off in my face. And I was like, what the freak was that? Got hit by the laser. So ever since then, ever once I had that experience, I don't trust them. I don't trust the laser projectors. Now, the new ones they got, the ultra short those they got a kill switch on them. Which means if you lean over that projector shuts off on you. That's the kill switch. But some of the older ones, no, you're definitely asking for it. And that's one of the problems they had with laser projectors when they first came out, is the laser was always active. That was the problem. See, the only way you would know that, unless you had some experience with those projectors. Now, I have people come on here and ask me nicely, come on here and say, hey, Mr. Bird, what projector were you using in the backyard? That's a nice question right to ask me. Well, we used in the backyard was the a 4,000 lumen Chrissy LW401 projector. Got it off eBay for around $270. Then we'll send them a link where to go pick it up, and then they're good to go. That's it. But to come on and go, brother, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You made an error, so and so and so. Don't do that at the end of the day. You literally thought these projectors I was using in the demonstration were just strictly LED? No, they're not strictly LED. It's a DOP and LED projector. The engine is the engine base of these projectors. Anytime you buy any one of them portable projectors that you can hold in your hand, make sure you see that DOP emblem up there. If they don't have it, don't touch it, because you're going to be very sadly disappointed. Sadly disappointed. Now you see how the projectors they make, like they make those knockoff projectors, the ones they claim to have these insane amount of lumens attached to them. You see how dim and how faded and washed out those things look? Because that's strictly LED. That's why. That's why. The DOPs are brighter. Much, much brighter. So when I first got this mini projector, I got it off my my buddy. He sold it to me. And I was like, man, I don't want this thing, man. It's lead. I know it's lead because the size was small. Used to lead projectors usually that small. I was like, what am I gonna do with this, man? This thing's not even bright up there. Another thing is super bright. So we went in the back. He turned it on. I was like, whoa, what the frick is this? He said, this is DLP and lead hybrids. And I was like, what the frick? So I found out about them, and that was like 5 years ago. So these projectors are old. 5, 6 years ago. Where is the remote control? That's a good question. Larry, you're not supposed to walk away with the remote control on this table. It's a bad habit that I have. Extremely bad habit. Oh, here we go. Right, it's on the table. Yeah. So that's what you don't want to do. Don't buy projectors if it doesn't have that DLP. I'm trying to twist it so it fits just right. If it doesn't have that DLP logo on it, don't touch them, because the projectors are trash and they don't read correctly. They really don't. YouTube. Now, I guess, I don't know what the topic was supposed to be. I guess he was trying to say that the demonstration I was doing, that's the reason why the gray screen wasn't getting a proper reading. Again, this is where I can't explain enough to crack books when you come to my channel. Do you have any idea how many projectors I've tested on a gray screen? Just too many to count. Literally too many to count. And like I said, I just came back from storage. I picked up my Christie 5000 lumen projector. I can stick that thing 3 feet from a screen at 5,000 lumens, and it still won't pick up on a gray screen. It won't read. They don't read. I know they're fighting to try to keep them alive. Let me explain something to you. That screen paint is obsolete. I expected tantrums. I expected. I expect for us to be contacted from more than people, just them, about gray screen paints. I expect it. Put up a fight, what's the point? Gunmetal can crush you. So, it's over. Put it this way, why in the world would I sit there and give you 60 bucks or 50 bucks or 80 bucks of my money? You have, this stuff matches house paint at the end of the day. At $4.97 paint next to a white screen looks better than your product. So why would I give that money? Now for us, I can take black paint and I can draw it into my screen. I've done so much stuff with black paint, it's not even funny. As a matter of fact, the person who said that Dynasty was supposed to be our paint, we use it in all our demonstrations. We do black on black demonstrations for fun. This is a demonstration for gray screen paints that are terrified of it. When you're terrified of this, then that should tell you that you need to upgrade. Your product is old and outdated. I'm gonna have to go and buy an expensive projector just to get it to work. I need a heavy contrast level to get the projectors, the levels to work on it. It still produces gray. Colors don't work on it, nothing. I got a little wake-up call for you. Since you consider your products to be so advanced, right? There's a company called Smarter Surface. Now, go order their Surface. Put it against your screen, see what happens. And the interesting thing about the Smarter Surface is, for us, it's not black because it comes up gray on our screen. But it's one of the most darkest surface I've ever seen. And I mean, out of any gunmetal, it would be the darkest surface I've ever seen. And with that, it maintains an amazing white level. So the problem you're going to have here is that technology is not only going to destroy your product quick and fast with no problem whatsoever, but it's going to be to maintain a white level high enough to be to blend right into your screen. I guarantee you won't do that demonstration. So how are you going to call your products the best or more superior if you can't beat the other screens out there? If you can't take them on, you're definitely not taking on certified. This is the company right here. Very nice, very respectful people. I contacted them. Very professional. And they sent out the surface. And this is what you're going to have to go against. And you can't take that on. You're going to have a problem on your hands. Because there are gunmetal screens out there that are almost that dark. So if you're thinking your gray screen paint has a chance of survival, it really doesn't. If it's not our technology that'll take it out, it's the gunmetal. And if it's not the gunmetal that'll take it out, it's the tones that'll take it out. Either way, it's an obsolete product. If that was the case, I could go on YouTube right now and I could find somebody with a gray screen and a fully lit environment, or paint it to a ceiling, which they can't do, or outside at around 5 o'clock in the evening, which they can't do. They're stuck in ambient-like controlled environments. At one point, I remember them arguing about how projection screens were meant to be used in fully lit environments. They were meant to be used in the dark. Yeah, that's an excuse. It don't work. YouTube.
All right, here's YouTube.
It served its purpose. That's what it did. I got people that contacted me and make other gray screen paint products saying I'm wrong. All right then. Take that challenge. Put it against your product and see what happens. See if they'll blend into that screen. That's the last we hear of them. They know it's true. What makes your product different from any over-the-counter grade paint? Show me a difference. Can't show me a difference. So Jamie went out and some company bought, let's say 80 gallons of his CINEMAX. And then they find out later on that the CINEMAX matched house paint. Something they may have had sitting in the back, some gray paint, something back there, and it matched. They'll sue him and take him to court and sue and say that basically he misled them. And what he's going to have to do to win the lawsuit is he's going to have to prove that his product doesn't match any kind of gray paint. That it shows an outstanding and significant difference, like you're seeing right here. You're going to have to show something like that. Going before a court and saying it has a yellowish tone won't work at all, period. Because you have to prove where this yellowish tone is at, and you have to prove that the theory of the yellowish tone does exist, and the judge would have to see this, including everyone else in the courtroom. And judging by what I've seen already and everybody else have seen, there's no different from one from the other. They look both the same. So you would lose your shirt in that courtroom. This isn't YouTube, gentlemen. This is court. It's a whole different area in there. And YouTube, maybe you can lie and get around this, that, and the other if no one busts you and catches you on it. But in court, there's no way around this. Can't basically disconnect your channel. Can't pull down this. You can't hide. You're going to answer those questions one way or another. You're on a stand. You swore on the oath. You will basically speak the truth. You have no choice. So if your products don't work, they don't work. That's all to it. You can't lie about it. Gray screens are obsolete. The only thing that kept you alive was the fact that the certifieds were so expensive. That's it. That's the only thing that kept you alive. Now, if we join the ranks of certified and we charge thousands of dollars for our technology, guess what? You would still have a light source. But the fact that we decided to redesign our technology where it doesn't cost a lot of money, and we can easily take out the $4,000 and $5,000 projection screens, then people come and buy from us. If we get the money from people who basically that can afford the high-end screens, and we get the money from people who basically that they don't want to pay for them. Can you change someone's mind at the end of the day? Why a gray screen? Is it going to be more advanced than a diamond technology, elite screens, any one of the high gunmetal screens, even our black technology? What's the difference? What can you possibly give to the consumer right now that make them believe that a gray screen is worth your time and money? Contrast, you don't even have it. You can't possess it. Color, can't get that either. You need contrast for that one. I pull a very high white level, big deal. I can go to a white screen. A white screen pulls an extremely high level. At the end of the day, if we're just going on white levels alone, yeah, a white screen would be king in that part. You're not even ambient light rejection technology. You'll write it on your websites all the time. It's not ambient light rejection technology. That's why your customers are sitting in the dark. My customers don't sit in the dark. So my LED projector, DOP, will not read on a gray screen. Nothing wrong with the projector. Screen's not working. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
And it's not just one person getting bitter over this. We had somebody else contacted us and they were bitter too. Well, tough cookies. It's not my job to basically coach you at the end of the day. That's none of my business at the end of the day. My job is to develop good technology. If your technology is not good enough, then you need to get better at it. I could have sat there and cried for 8 years because Diamond came in and ripped up all my stuff at the end of the day. I could have cried about that. Did I do that? No. This is why I have that technology standing before me right now that can take a Diamond. Getting on the channel and crying to me at the end of the day about how, this is not fair and that's none of my business at the end of the day. Your job is, you want your company to be successful, then you need to advance your technology. That's what you need to do. How technology works, you roll with it or you get crushed by it. That's how it works. So, if you want to sit there and say, oh, but that's wrong. No, it's a changing of technology. Our new cars when you buy new cars, is there an 8-track installed in it? No, there isn't. No 8-track, right? All right, then. Anytime you find cars running with 8-tracks, the classics, the retros, old models. That's what they are. All the futuristic stuff they have now on these new high-tech cars, they don't even have cassette players in them anymore. Right? All of them have satellite radios and just about everything. You download everything right to the system. So not just him, but for the others, if you're thinking it's unfair for what I'm doing, no. At the end of the day, this is business. It's business. You guys remind me of freaking Grand Theft Auto. That you remind me of. If it's a Grand Theft Auto, we can literally go around and wreck whatever the freak you wanted, shoot whoever you wanted, get in fights, whatever. Now the Grand Theft Auto you got today is freaking a bunch of sissies, and I'll tell you why. Because people were sitting there and complain if you hit somebody. If you walk up and hit somebody, oh man, what are you doing? You don't hit them. I'm like, it's Grand Theft Auto. You can't run people over. You can't blow up people's cars. You can't rob and steal people's cars because you put insurance on your car. Now, they made it too realistic like life. That's what they did. Should have just kept it the old school way, where you can just destroy and wreck whatever you want, and there's no consequences behind it, except for somebody taking you out the same way. That was when Grand Theft Auto was fun. But now, people get upset and get complained. I never forget. I watched my buddy's nephew was crying and upset because someone stole his car on GTA. Yeah, right, man. I can't. That's why I don't play the online version. I'm hoping that the new GTA 6 goes back to the old ways where you can just trash and destroy whatever you want. Who cares? But anyway, as I said before, yeah, you gotta stop crying about it. Y'all, you great paint makers really gotta stop crying about it. You're worrying about me at the end of the day. Any one customer can go in and basically mimic your stuff. It's not about house paint. I am so glad that I stopped making gray paint. I'm so glad that I got a chance to see true technology when I got a chance to witness Diamond's technology to see exactly the direction of where these screens were going. Because if I was foolish and I spent my time crying about every little thing and getting mad about this, well, I'm a bombard screen innovation with tons of emails of crying and whining at the end of the day about this, that, and the other. No, suck it up and make a new screen. That's what you do. And stop crying about it so much. You just don't want to do the hard work. That's what it comes down to. You've been so busy riding the gravy train, cutting corners, not doing proper testing. Look, it's the stuff that snuck up on you. Now you got no way to get around it. Should have been doing these tests a long time ago. 8 years ago, we're testing black technology. 10 years ago, we're doing invisible technology. When everybody was sitting there sleeping and twiddling their thumbs together, we were developing new technology. Now look where we're at now. Everybody's still sitting back there trying to figure out exactly what the freak is going on and what just happened. Yeah, we just rose up in rank. So instead of crying about it and fussing to me about it, which I don't care, go out and make a better product. Now, for the other group that did dumb stuff at the end of the day, screen paint is the last of your issues right now. That is not something you should be thinking about right now. What you should be thinking about is getting yourself a good defense attorney, because you're going to need it this summer, if not sooner. And start saving up for some bail money if you do get it. Because a few of you are getting arrested and getting sued. So screen paint ain't your biggest issue right now. You got bigger problems. But for the other people that are contacting me about how it's not fair, it's business at the end of the day. It's dog eat dog. That's what it is. Our intention wasn't to come out here and basically dominate a gray screen at the end of the day. At the end of the day, pretty much our sites were set towards certified. It was never about gray screens. I don't get any credibility off a gray screen. Now, glue screen, we can overpower glue screen easily. I paint screens, we went through them too also. Paint on screens, went through them too. And those are high-end companies. Oh, these are some good chips, I'll tell you. I haven't had these in a minute. Slow color changer.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now I got everybody offended and upset. It makes a great screen paint. Or upset. I don't care. I literally sat there and said, if we had launched that Spartan, I could have wiped your entire list out easily. Would you rather wanted that instead? That would have been much more worse. If we had launched that Spartan, that stuff would have taken, mind, this is an FLE sitting on the table. This is basically our medium technology right now. Spartan is that technology we had sitting in that window that can eat sunlight. Would you really want to go against something like that? That stuff's heightener technology is literally so bright, it turns gunmetal white. So would you really want to launch that thing out at the end of the day? I could pop up on eBay and I could literally wipe the entire eBay listing. I can pop on Amazon and we can wipe the entire Amazon listing. Darkest screen I had that come against us was the smartest Surface. That was the darkest one we had, and that still couldn't take us. I'm not sports in your hand. It's in the day, but you have to understand your product is obsolete. I saw that 8 years ago with my own product. The pecking order, gentlemen, has changed. And the reason why it has changed, whether you believe it or not, is because now there's a technology that can take the gunmetal. That's why the pecking order changed. The only reason why you existed, like I said, because people didn't want to really spend the money for a $4,000 to $5,000 screen. People still paid for them anyway. If they didn't, their companies wouldn't exist. But now you have a technology that can compete with the gunmetal technology and overpower it. Which means, because of the black technology, we have showed tons and tons of demonstrations of us taking certifies on it, even certifies, even recognizing our existence. So with that being said, we have the ability to overpower the $5,000 screen with just a screen paint alone. So basically, that means that anyone who basically can afford the $4,000 and $5,000 screens don't have to pay for it now because of the black technology. And people don't have to settle for less with a gray screen because they can't afford the high-end certified because they can go straight to us. Therefore, that takes bread off your table. So the only way you're going to be able to compete is you're just going to have to make a better technology or something much better than gray. I mean, gunmetal's still acceptable. To that Imperial launches. That's going to be fun. Imperial is going to raise. Imperial gunmetal technology is going to basically cause more ripples in the water than black, I guarantee you. Because you're talking about a technology that's going to knock. I mean, we've already done it already. We've got the tests that show that we can do it. So they're quite aware of what we can do. But you're talking about a gunmetal technology that's going to wipe out the top certified screens on the market and do it with a price range under $300? Do you have any idea what kind of ripple effect that's going to cause? Man, we're going to get some letters after this one. But what can they do? They can't do anything. Better technology. Who's going to spend $5,000 for a screen when you have a technology that can do a 250 inch for around under $300? Ooh, yeah. I freaking love it. I'll tell you one thing. When God gives you a blessing, ain't no way to stop it. You read in the Bible about how God went out with the armies, they didn't lose. I don't care if it was 10 in his army, and it was 40 to 50,000 or 20 legions of armies, they would still come out victorious. As I said before, with God with us, who can be against us? Nobody. And that's not bragging, that's preaching. No one can take our technology. And if you think this stuff is crazy, wait till you see the stuff that you don't even know about yet that I'm working on. Look at that. That's a black surface, a black screen. I'm gonna put it up right now. What happens? You can't see it. Some beautiful flames in there. Gonna set this world on fire. They're actually pretty good. They're even a while. Now, all you gray screen paint makers bicker and argue about me at the end of the day, which I don't care. Customer is the one that wins. Because the customer gets a better product. better product than the certified gunmetals, better products than this gray screen paint products, better than the white screens. That's what they get from us. And all the money we make, because people say, oh, it's all about money, it's all about greed. No, it's not about greed or money. If that was the case, I wouldn't be thinking about the customers. I'd be thinking about those who can pay for my technology. Then I'd be charging $10,000, $20,000 for our tech at the end of the day, if it was about money. There's no way in the world. You think you have the ability to develop a gunmetal technology that can wipe out all other gunmetals, and then on top of that, turn around and market it for under $300? Are you kidding me? Anybody else in my shoes would have sat there and said, look, if we could take out that screen costs $5 grand, then they're going to want 8 or 9 for theirs. Oh, these are the jelly beans. The only people who hate me for my product are those who make the products. That's it. Customers are hoping at the end of the day that we don't decide to sell out and just sell to one big company and let them take it over and see what happens then. But we have no intentions on that. I don't even want people to contract my technology, and the reason why, because I don't want to see price gouging, I don't want to see favorites, I don't want to see none of that at all, period. You want to have full control over everything. You know, you look at these tags right here. See right here? You know what these are for, right? So you can open up the tag. I thought these are tag openers, right? They actually do work. Open up the tag. There we go. Damn. Damn. Yeah, so yeah, we've been getting some angry gray paint haters that are upset and angry at the end of the day. And they're mad. That's not a customer doing that. That's the person who makes gray screen paint. You're doing that. I got a message for you. Upgrade or be crushed. That's it. It's not bragging. At the end of the day, it's the truth. Your upgrade or your product will be destroyed. That's it. If I continued on 8 years ago when I made gray screen paint products, and I made a lot of them, and I continued on that path, that gunmetal technology would have ripped my stuff up. Not even that, them tones. That house paint that can match your stuff at the end of the day, that stuff is scary as I don't know what. That's another nightmare you have to worry about. So you have no choice but to upgrade. And you sit there and say, well, you're going to get quality. What quality are you getting out of that? There's no quality there. Oh, it's cheaper. It's more affordable. At what sacrifice are you going to basically, you paid all this money for this projector, and you're going to go out and buy a paint that you can't even produce the image that you paid for your projector to do. That sounds a real smart decision right there. So I spend money for all this specification that this projector is supposed to be able to do, but the sad thing about it is I can't get the projector to function correctly because the screen doesn't work. That ain't gonna work either. Saving you hundreds? Not saving no hundred. You spend more money than I do to do your setups. You know, when they want to spend $3,100 for a projector, don't need it. And even with $3,100 you pay for the projector, it still doesn't work correctly. Because in the demonstration you did with the Network Grade 773, your screen faded out. You didn't even pick up a contrast level correctly at all. No, it's a waste of money. So it doesn't work. Dedicated theater rooms don't work either. I built one of those. Did you build a dedicated theater room in your house, in your home, your apartment? No, you didn't. I did. I built one. All black walls, black floors, the whole 9 yards. And guess what? A 5,000 lumen Christie couldn't read on a gray screen in that environment. We did a demonstration that showed how much light reflects off a white screen and gray screen and splashes all over your environment. We had a mannequin there called Mr. Mannequin. And you could see how much light that when the black screen came up, you would see light pushing all over the environment. Gray screens just don't work anymore. They served their purpose. Yeah, they did. They had a purpose. They had a purpose to be able to pull an image better than a white surface. But before the gunmetal technology, before the black technology, there was the gray screen. And it did a fantastic job. It served its purpose because it was better than the white screen. But now it's not needed anymore. And because our technology is more advanced than gunmetal, then people who can't afford the gunmetal technology, they switch to us. Why would you spend $5,000 for a screen when we can do it for far less? There you go. So as I can show you in the demonstration, yeah, put a white screen up there, it does its job. But it's obsolete. It's an obsolete product now. It served its time. Did a great job. Fantastic job. Do I respect the gray screen? I do. I used to make them. But it served its time. It's done. We don't make any more gray paints anymore because it served its time. It is done. If we were to take a gray screen paint and try to hook up the technology we have, it wouldn't work. How are we going to run an ambient light rejection technology off on a screen that can't read an infinity black level? The minute we turn the lights on, the screen's going to wash out. That's the problem you have right there from the door. That's the reason why you can't put FLE into a gray screen, because it won't work. Because the screen's gray, the minute you turn the lights on, the minute the projector hits it, automatically starts to wash out on you. The only way an FLE technology works, the screen has to be extremely dark. It has to be near black to do it. So at least it can maintain the contrast levels. What's the use of using heightener technology? We can't put that into a white screen. You want to blind somebody at the end of the day? That's not going to work. Put that in black technology to produce higher white levels. So, you know, ooh. OLED demonstrations.
Good afternoon, Kenneth.
Good
Getting
afternoon
that
to you
from
too. Thank you. And this is one I got programmed for me. I don't feel like having a seizure. It was like super whatever that is. That's how your screen should react on a basic 50 lumen 720p projector is in the 720p range at only 1,000:1 contrast. Basic projector. It should run perfectly. The image should be clean. Beautiful greens, beautiful reds, your colors need to pop. And you need to read an infinity contrast, because if you transition, your screen should still be able to go from black to white to many colors. Anytime you look at any black tones on this screen, you're looking at 100% black at all times. And we didn't have to spend thousands of dollars for a projector to heighten the contrast levels. It's not even needed. Because your projector can have no contrast and you still pick up that infinity one. So that means, because of this technology, any 720p base projector that you have has a contrast level when it hits this screen better than a P2 at 2 million, better than a JVC at 50 million. So you know what that does for the consumer? It saves them a ton of money. Now you don't have to go out and spend all this money for these very expensive machines to fix the problem of your screen, because your screen will fix the problem already. That's why if you watch my demonstrations, you will notice that with the old projectors that we use, we could do things in our demonstrations that people with newer projectors can't even begin to do. They got lazy. That's what happened. They got comfortable. We'll continue to do these demonstrations in these ambient light controlled environments. We'll continue to fake and cut corners. We'll continue to rip off the consumer because they already know what this stuff can do. The problem is the consumer doesn't know because they hide it so well. You know when the industry was real? When you had black and white movies. No special effects. None of that. Sorry, eating jelly beans. True acting. That's when it was real. You want to appreciate movies? Go watch some old black and white movies. Without all the special effects and all that stuff. See what real acting really looks like. You imagine without any of that special ability, you had to learn to really act. You ever watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the standoff? And they're just all looking at each other, and the way the cameraman just zoomed in on their eyes, the way they would look back and forth at each other. There you go. Those are real actors in the day. They had to work so much harder to make it believable. So they're coming to me and crying to me because your products don't work correctly and it's unfair what we're doing. You need to man up and make a better product. That's what you need to do. That's your wake-up call. Could have taken my time, like I said, 8 years and cried about Diamond's technology tearing up my products at the end of the day. No. I buckled down and got to work, and that's what I did. And this is why today, now, we have a technology that's more advanced. And in 2 more years, we'll be beyond this right here. Well, okay. Sorry about that. It's good me.
Y'all, Wayfair is the talk of the neighborhood.
Okay. Move on. That's why I have people sitting up there with gray paint on. You have to have 4K. You have to have 4K. Yeah, you don't need 4K with that stuff. That paint is crap. It's not going to pull an image up sharp enough. That's why you need all that. You know, 4K for a screen at the end of the day. It's unnecessary. Definitely unnecessary. Sell you something you don't need. This is not 4K. Or you can't pick up a big image without 4K. I had a 250-inch screen in a backyard on a 720p projector. Yeah, you can. Why can't you? And we did it. I had a 600 by 800 720p projector 18 feet back on a screen of 106 inches sitting in a bay window next to a chandelier. And we did it. So, no. They push you to buy the expensive projector because they know at the end of the day, if you use anything else, the screen's going to come out looking horrible. And that's why they push you to buy a more expensive projector. We don't push our customers to buy expensive projectors. They use the same projectors we use in our demonstrations. Well, how are you saving people any money? You're not saving anybody any money. You're saving them hundreds. It's costing them thousands. It's costing them. Difference in the conversation. If someone says, hey, well, how much did you pay for your projector? Well, I paid about $3,100 for it. They contact me. What do you pay for your projector? Oh, that projector over there cost me $270. That ultra short though cost me $60. Projector we got over here cost me $75. Projector I got sitting over here, Chrissy projector, cost me another $270 for the 1080p and the 720p. Sony VPO FA30, 3136, which I own all three of those. Those projectors cost me around $300 a pop. That's it. What about the projector for the ceiling? $150. How are you saving any money? So if I buy your product, that means I gotta see any jelly beans. I love them so much. I gotta spend more money for the projector to fix the problem and still be stuck in a darker environment. Where we go on site and we do a job, we don't tell the person you gotta spend $4 or $5 grand for a projector. We sit there and tell them that you can get that projector, 2 of them, for under $400. And then show the results of it not being trapped in a room, but sitting in a window where light pushes through the screen while it displays tropical fish. So one of my customers had a $2,000 wallet for his projector. And because of our technology, he was able to go out and buy 3 of those Christie projectors that I got sitting behind me right now. OLED, Coca-Cola.
Getting that from YouTube.
Give me cola. Cola. You can pick up a contrast. I want a gray screen. No, you can't. It ain't gonna work. It worked. It served its purpose for its time. That looks like you're seeing black. And it looks like you're actually seeing red there. Now, before you make up theories at the end of the day by saying that, we're just talking to naysayers, so they have, oh, it's called camera tricks. I'm challenging you in court on that. You know that, right? So when I get done dragging you to court for the rest of the stuff, I will be going in and bringing you to court for that because you did make this statement about my company. Oh, by the way, Fernando Gonzalez today I went in and basically put the information in to file my second defamation lawsuit against you for basically posting my pictures without my permission. So I'll be suing you in court also again. So he'll be bouncing it out quite a bit. So I'll be suing you in court again. So I brought down the rest of the remaining pictures. And yes, I will be filing a lawsuit against you about that because I never gave you permission to flash my pictures without my permission. So I'll see you in court for that too also. But like I said, because of the criminal charges and all, he's not going to show up for court. He's not. It's going to be the easiest money ever made. Because you're not going to show up. You laying down here in Allentown, there's no way you're coming down here. We can tell you from the door you're not going to pop down here. I'd like to see if you try, but you're not coming down here. Now, you will come down here for criminal charges that you will come down here for, but you're not going to come down for any lawsuits. You're just going to let whatever happens, happens. And we just go from there. That's why we're filing the lawsuits first. No use point in digging you out because by the time we take this to freaking court, when we get you in court, the fines he's going to have to pay at the end of the day, there might be anything left of them. So, you'll get your notice soon. There'll be someone knocking at your door real quick because that's how we have to serve them. Process server has to go to his front door, knock on his door, and post it. We're going to get the same people we hired the first time. So I filed another one against them today. And that was for the for small claims court for this one. There's 4 of them in small claims court. And the reason why I'm doing it this way, going to the big lawsuit, that's the one for making the initial statement about my company being a scam and doing those fake demonstrations. That's it. First, that's the initial lawsuit. The rest of them are for posting my picture without my permission, which I never gave you that right to do. And because of that, I'll be bringing you out of court about 8 or 9 times for each individual lawsuit. I told you I wasn't done with them. That means that when you're sitting in your holding facility, and you're going to have to go into court every single time when those little documents pop up when you're getting sued. So there's about 7 or 8 lawsuits coming at you in small claims court at 12 grand a pop. So I didn't give you permission to post my pictures. Look at that. Unbelievable. I gave them the option. That's why I don't feel any remorse for them. I gave them all options. They had an opportunity. And you're angry and you're upset and you're mad because you feel like your company's being attacked. You attacked your own company. You matched house paint at the end of the day. Your products never work. We've had all your stuff. We tested it. It doesn't work. The other fellow, every time he wanted to buy his product, he canceled orders, gave us back our money, or basically just did weird stuff at the end of the day, like basically removing an entire state. I still can't get over that. Man, it's unbelievable. Someone was so terrified of our screen paint products that they moved an entire state of Pennsylvania out of their shopping carts to keep us from buying their products. Because you couldn't handle another cancellation. You couldn't handle that. We already had a bunch of them on them. You couldn't handle that no more. So what else could you do? And he can't send over anything with his address attached to it because he has criminal charges pressed against him too also too. So yeah. They removed an entire state. Gee whiz Louise. Man, that's pretty sad. I have never moved the seat out of a shopping cart in fear of someone's product. Are you kidding me? Who would be fear? I'm not trying to be rude here. I don't even know what that's even like. We don't know what it's like. Who are we fearing at the end of the day? We conquer just about we conquered everything, just about. All the other companies won't touch us with a 10-foot pole. Trying to get our hands on the Dragonfly. They wouldn't let us get that screen. I would love to. It's a very dark product. It is. It looks like a very good challenge. I would love to challenge it. But we can't get our hands on it. And all the other companies won't touch us. They won't get near us with a 10-foot pole. Which is interesting. So who do we have left? And here you guys call yourself the best products at the end of the day, and you can't even come against us. We got certified screens that won't come near us. And you guys do stuff like that. You cancel orders. Wow. I don't get it. I don't know how people can be like that. Look, they don't have the love and they don't have the passion for it. Gentlemen, if you're in the room, I want you to hear something crystal clear. You don't have it. You don't have the love and passion for this business. You don't. You don't have that win or lose mentality. I'm going in either way. Win or lose, at least I was there. You don't have that. At all, period. In war, you're considered to be cowards. You hide behind with the women and children. You don't even know what it's like to. You wouldn't even. Most war people that of war don't care at the end of the day. Win or lose, we're going in. Whether one way or another. At least I was on the battlefield. At least I fought. At least I didn't die a coward. You're cowards. You are actual cowards. You talk a whole lot of trash. You're like a chihuahua behind a big gate. That's what you are. Businessman to businessman, you are cowards. I'll speak to you from a businessman point of view. You don't have what it takes to be in this field. People don't want to buy from somebody that's afraid to challenge their own product. They don't want to buy from people at the end of the day who have no confidence in their work. Why not buy anything from somebody who doesn't have any confidence in their own work? You don't possess that. If I come against you to buy from you, then you stand there. I would have more respect for you at the end of the day. Even if your screen did fall under our technology, I still would have more respect for you at the end of the day, because at least you showed up. I mean, they weren't going to win either way, but you got to give them respect. They showed up. You can't even show. Nothing. You're that scared you've removed an entire state? That is the most hilarious thing ever. You think I wouldn't have noticed that? Why wouldn't you think I wouldn't have noticed that? I shop online all the time. The first thing they ask you for is your zip code in your state and all that stuff. They got to know my state and we're going to ship it to. And we combed through that section twice. No Pennsylvania up there. Now, for you to say that there never was a Pennsylvania, oh, there was. Because if there wasn't a Pennsylvania, I wouldn't have cancel orders on you. In order for me to get a cancel order from you, in order for me to get a PayPal one dispute against you, that means the order would have had to go through. And in order for the order to go through, that means my state would have to be there. So the fact that I couldn't get the order to even go through means you removed an entire state because you were afraid of my technology. Man, that means everything about your product didn't work. We saw that already. It probably was far worse than that. You know how much money we just saved the consumer? By challenging your company, you were not given the ability to rip anybody off. Because if you're afraid to come against us, then at the end of the day, no customer's going to touch you with a 10-foot pole. Man, you know what gets me? I gotta say this. You talked all that trash on camera. All that trash. About how you got all this knowledge and screen paints and how nobody knows what they're talking about and how this, that, and the other. Boy, that's got to be the biggest, hugest humble pie I've ever seen anybody choke on. You talked all that trash. And then we come to buy your product. What did you do? You got scared. Man. I'm the last person that you want to back down on. Any other company, yeah, you don't want to back down on us. That's really sad. What's up the charge here? I forgot. You got You got batteries here. Got battery banks all over the place. Yeah. Businessman. I don't even consider you to be a businessman. I don't. I don't consider you to be a person respectable in the projector community. I don't. There's people sitting on eBay right now that are selling new screen paints over there. I got more respect for them than I would ever have for you guys. Because I've been through their specification sheets and I read their stuff. And they've been honest. I bought their stuff. I tested their stuff. Their stuff is pretty good. Even though they need to upgrade to a darker technology, their products are still very good. As a matter of fact, there's a company like Pro HD. We put them against Crow's product and he beat Crow's products. So, very good products. Very good products. But at least at the end of the day, I've never had to worry about them canceling orders on me or basically crying and whining on receipts and doing all other kind of dumb stuff at the end of the day to keep us from making a purchase. Our orders went right through with no problem whatsoever. But you guys, we come to buy your stuff. We get the whole freaking soap opera 9 yards, the crying, the whining, the whole 9 yards, this, that, and the other, cursing us out on receipts. It's just sad. You guys are a joke to the industry. You're actually physically jokes to the industry. I guess I'm going to be the screen to beat to get recognition. That's what it comes from. And this is the problem, gentlemen, you're going to have. Our stuff, like I said, again, it's tested. As you can see so far, we're not easy to take down. We're extremely, extremely brutal. There's no way in the world you could ever take down any one of my screens. Like I said, I could wipe your entire product line clean. As a matter of fact, even worse than that, I can re-engineer your entire product line. I'm not joking on that. I am dead serious. If I had access to your products, I can reverse engineer all your stuff. Make it better than what it is. Use it to blow out your own stuff and then crush it with our stuff just for fun. I am not joking with you. I am dead serious. I did it with the certifies. I designed a gunmetal technology for one purpose, was to take out all the other gunmetal screens and then use their own technology to crush that very gunmetal. Oh my goodness. The FLE gaming technology we have here, it's not even tested yet. This is all for fun. We do all this stuff right here for fun, for the screen. We haven't even got around to testing it yet. So what thinks is going to happen when we test this technology? It's going to blow through every freaking test we throw at it. It's already showed that it's more superior than gunmetal technology. It picks up at 50 lumens. There's no black surface that can match it whatsoever. And then that on top of that, it's easy to paint what you watch me paint it in. And the surface is an old, dirty piece of trashy wood that was laying up against the garage for 6 months in all kinds of weather. Didn't have to sand it. Didn't have to clean it. Just rolled over top of it and we're done. And this is what it turned into. If I want to embarrass certified screens or a TV screen, I can literally take the box that the TV came in, coat it with our black technology, and use it to go against the TV. You know how embarrassing that would be. Oh shoot, I just thought about something. That's not a bad idea. That's actually a really good idea. Use a TV box to beat an actual screen with our technology. Oh my goodness, challenge accepted. I'm doing it for my showroom. Why not? That would be the funnest thing ever. To have an OLED TV up there next to our technology. Use their box to beat their own screen. Now, for some people saying, oh, but your technology, we can beat OLED. We have the Infinity Black level. Gray screen can't touch a TV. A gray screen can't even touch my cell phone right now. My cell phone's OLED. So, yeah, easily. Definitely easily. Phantoms could do it. Phantoms have the capability to match TVs. Let me see. Phantom versus TV. The Phantom technology, that's what the Spartans designed with. It had the ability to actually beat TVs, actually match a TV in white levels and in contrast levels. But I like that idea. OLED TV box versus our OLED technology. Well, not OLED technology, printer our black technology. OLED-like. Oh, that's like a fun demonstration right there. Let me see. 180 inch. I think next we're going to start campaigning once the FLE launches about the Infinity One contrast, which means we're going to challenge all gunmetal technology to this. Now, mind your own gunmetal technology, we do not claim it to have an Infinity Black, but if you're a certified screen out there and you have made this statement that you pulled an Infinity One or you pull that 100% black contrast level, we'll see you in court. Because only we have that right. You're not going to sit there and call yourself Infinity One black level. You don't even have the capability to do so. That's not fair, and you shouldn't be doing it. So you're going to have to call your screen what it is, whatever gray it is. Black screen, projector screen, projector screen, projector. Outdoor, baby. Outdoor. Excuse me. See, you should be able to do this easily. Easily, anyone that's developing any kind of technology, you should go to your website. You should have literally done so many tests that you could just pull it up with no problem. See, the reason why we know that an FLE can take an OLED on or any TV on, because we've done it already on Phantom technology. All those screens have a little bit of each one in it. And the Phantom, which Rogers claimed at the end that he basically took on a Phantom. No, you didn't. You didn't take on that. That was black paint you had in that container. Because again, when it came to buy your product, you got scared. That's why. If your product did beat the Phantom, as you claimed it did, then you should be able to take any of the products we have over here, if it was true. But it wasn't. And that's why you ran. So let's show you. This is the Phantom. A Phantom can literally pick up a light level so high that it can match TV. TV 1080p, screen 720p. So FLE technology embedded with Phantom technology, imagine what that stuff would be able to do. So, sorry about that. Taking on a TV, easily. You know what that's in the middle of the screen? A white sheet of paper. So that black technology is generating a white level literally so high that it's blending into the white surface and competing with the TV at the same time. Do 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 do. And since it pulls an Infinity One contrast, that means yes, it can keep up and actually match an OLED, probably better than the OLED. So it would be cheaper to have our technology than the OLED TV. Number one, under FLE technology, the new technology we have, we can take a direct hit of sunlight. Our screen can sit in window light where sunlight can actually make contact with the screen. The OLED couldn't do that because it would wash out. It's an LCD monitor, they're all the same. Still going to have the same issues and same problems. Customers will be able to get a 106-inch screen that does 235.1 aspect ratio, 16:10 and 16:9, where the TV can only do a format version of it. It can't actually do a 235.1 or even a 16:9. You know how wide an OLED would be if it had the capability and how expensive it would be. And our screen was starting point at 106 inches, where a 106-inch OLED would cost you over $100,000. Crush it. The FLE technology, when we first developed it, it's not really intended to be tested on gunmetal screens, because we told you from the door that we can't find anything to match the technology. Not to be the people say, well, it's not bragging, it's the truth. What are we going to match it against? Let's be honest here. The only thing we have literally to match our technology is our TVs. None of the gunmetals are going to compete with the Infinity One. None of the gray screens can compete with the Infinity One. The white screens can't compete with it. Screens can absorb tons of light. They can match TVs at the end of the day. So what do we have that's next that we can put against the technology? When the guy sat there and said, you're not the president, I sat there and said, no, I'm not. Name one screen we can't take. So with that being said, that technology doesn't even sit in the category of a screen. Even though it is a projection screen, it's much higher than that because it can actually compete with the TV, which is something that projection screens have been trying to do for years. They keep designing these more and more advanced projectors to figure that they're going to capture the TV image sooner or later, but they are not getting the image. You can't capture it if you don't have a screen to capture it. Without the screen, you can make the most advanced projector on the face of the planet. It's only going to work as good as the screen it's being displayed on. Without the screen, the projector will not function or work. And that's the problem. That's the downhill slope I'm watching. People going out and spending more and more money for these expensive projectors, but the screens don't ever change. They're still gunmetal. They're still gray. They're still white. Do you see how the red pops up on our screen? See how the red doesn't pop up on the TV? If you're going to make a projector to react like a TV, then guess what? You're going to have the screen to go with it. Without the screen, your projector is not going to work. It's lopsided. When you buy a TV, do you go sit in the dark? Do you worry about turning your lights on because your screen's going to wash out? That's laughable. That's laughable. That's unheard of. It's stupid, right? So why in the world are you calling yourself having these ultra short projectors and they're supposed to be TV-like and you're in a dark environment? Somewhere where TV doesn't have to be at. Because you're afraid your screen's going to wash out. TV doesn't have that problem. Now, for people who don't know colors, LXXVII, you see my couch over here? This is a black leather movie couch. You see how black that couch is? Look at the screen. It's supposed to match. It's not supposed to be where your arcade cabinets in the back are black and the surface you have on the floor is black, but your screen's coming up gray. And then try to convince people like, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Man, I've been here before you were even thought of when it comes to home theater projection. You've got to be kidding me. Your scenario reminds me of the job that you go to work. Like I said, you're the supervisor. You've been there when the company first started, but you always get those noobs that come in and try to tell you how to do your freaking job that you've been there longer than they have. Before they were even thought of on an application, you were there, but they're going to try to tell you how to do your job at the end of the day. You just look at them like, he ain't going to last long. Yep, he'll do something stupid. He'll be fired by this afternoon. And every once in a while, you get the ones that come in there and they want to listen and they want to learn. Those are the good ones. Those that end up being just like you. When you retire off the job, they'll be taking your place, which is fantastic, and they'll be doing a great job because you trained them. But then every once in a while, you get those other jerks that come in there and think they know everything, and they're trying to tell you how things are done. And you just like, oh, well, and watch this joker mess up at the end of the day and get fired. Look at that. So question is to Danny over here. How in the world did you ever turn a Phantom that dark to begin with when Phantoms can match TVs? Oh, it never happened. That's what happened. Because it never did happen. You never had my product to begin with. Remember, I did come to buy your product. and you did remove an entire state. Now, even though you won't tell me why, but when I get you in court, you will tell me why. Because I will get you on that stand. My attorneys will get you on that stand, and I will question you on that in court because I want to know why. I want to hear you say out of your mouth because we never had the product and we lied. I'm going to get you to say it on that stand. I'm going to get them to say a lot of things on the stand. I'm going to get you to say a lot of things you don't want to say on the stand. That's the beautiful thing about court. Getting somebody on that stand, you're going to have to sing like a canary. I'm going to have you singing like a canary. You're going to tell me all the things you never wanted to tell me on YouTube. I think after we get done all this, the only leniency that I'm going to show you is that I'll cut down some of the lawsuits. I want a written apology on YouTube, and I want you to read it on live. We're going to have the judge order it. Since you guys are such, we call yourself big influencers, right, on YouTube, and we can show by all the hate mail that we received that you guys did a lot of nonsense in the day. I can get that, but my attorneys can actually push that. It's a lot of humility they have to go through, but hey, don't do dumb stuff at the end. And gentlemen, let me explain something to you. These are not threats, these are promises. This is actually going to happen. I know you have it in the back of your mind. You think it's not. It is going to happen. You're in a incident report. Charges were filed against you. You're going before a judge. It's going to happen. How long ago did I request your attorneys to contact me? Like last month, right? And nobody reached out to me. No one contacted me. And the reason why no one reached out and contacted me, because again, you don't have anything at all, period. We do. And they're going to try to use but he's supposed to be a Christian, not supposed to do that. Christians aren't meant to be welcome mats. That's why God made hell. There's a place for bad people to go to. You've got a chance. Everybody gets a chance. Everybody in life gets a chance. It's your job whether you take it or not. We gave you chances, a lot of chances. We should have sued you guys a long time ago. The judge is going to ask me why did it take so long. I said, because I didn't want to sue them. I didn't want them to end up in a bad situation. I was trying to give them a chance. I myself went through the system myself, and I didn't want to see anybody else go through it. I gave you opportunities. You guys did stuff in the middle of open cases. You know how hard it is to try to get probation or anything, even house arrest. When you commit crimes in the middle of an open case, you know there's charges against you, and you still do dumb stuff. You have to get it. You guys are screwed. Look, bottom line is, this doesn't work. This is obsolete. It doesn't work. You can make up excuses about how projectors are lead. It doesn't make a difference. You tested these screens on everything. They don't work. Because you thought that at the end of the day that I slandered your product? Where's your attorneys at? You haven't even contacted me for court. Nothing, not a thing. Because you know why? You know that I'm right. You got products matching house paint. You got products that are not even tested correctly. You paint them down to a screen. They change a different color. How do you start with a black screen and end up with a gray screen? That doesn't make any sense. Products are streaking on camera, coming up lumpy and discolored and everything else. I could, Danny alone, and from what I've seen from Jamie, I can literally bring all you guys together as starting companies and basically using them to scam customers. Because we got you guys and the Crowcast. You guys all know each other. So the fact that you guys know each other's businesses at the end of the day, I mean, you guys know about each other's activities and what you were doing. And if that's the case, then that can get you in a lot of trouble because your products are awful. And I can show on camera that one of your products at one point was filled with nothing but water. But you got on camera and you lied and said it was some kind of delivery system used to keep the product from drying out. I'm going to challenge you on that in court. And if you sit there and said I never said it, I got the videos right there because I've recorded everything. We got it documented, you saying it. And then sitting there and lying on camera, right there's another video we show of you saying you never said it, and the videos are right there. We're watching them back and forth. Jeez, my goodness. And you got your little wingman, Sound Wave 5 up there, lying and carrying on the screen, making statements about how what do you say about this? The vantage point of this product right here is black. Your screen's supposed to be black. You do know that, right? I got all black surfaces up here, cell phones, cases, whatever, and I show a starfield demonstration. I'm not going to sit there and say the vantage point that this one's black, but they're all black. They all pull up the same starfield. They all have an infinity contrast level attached to them. There you go. But if I pull up a white level and our screen pulls up the highest white level and all the rest of them turn dark, that shows the advantage point of our technology that we can basically pull up a higher white level and these screens become dark. But you're a black screen. You shouldn't be telling to another black screen, well, that screen has an advantage point because it's black. But, you know, we have a lighter version of black. No, buddy, your screen is literally supposed to be black. But got on camera and lied about it. And then remove key areas out of the video to continue your lies. Gee, Louise, my goodness, it's like it's no end to your lying. But don't worry, I'm going to get you in a courtroom. I'm going to ask all the questions that I couldn't get you to ask on YouTube. I'm going to get you in that courtroom. You're going to answer every single question. Everything, you're going to answer it. Because it needs to come out. And you're going to feel much better for it. All the lying you've been doing for years, you're going to feel much better for it. Trust me, you're going to feel much lighter. I'm going to ask what that range gain nonsense is at the end of the day. You're going to dig all that up. Everything. What is range gain? Paint the screen with the same paint. It basically transforms to a different gain. Really? Seriously? My goodness. The lies. Unbelievable. This is lying. This is the reason why people like this have to be cut down as fast as possible. Because you don't want other people popping up and doing that dumb nonsense too also. Well, this range gain, if you paint it like a different color, if you paint it like 3 strokes up and 3 strokes down, it does 3D. What's next? You got to back those theories up, gentlemen. You can't just say that out of your mouth. If I sit there and say that phantom technology can match a TV, guess what you got right there? You got my product sitting there matching a TV. And not just on a bunch of colors. We got contrast. We got white levels. We got the whole 9 yards, everything. Any one of them certified companies could come out to me easy and file a class action lawsuit against me. You know why they can't? Because I tested their products. I do everything by the book. I don't just say I do it, I actually do it. And just like with the FLE technology, anyone can sit there and go, oh, I got a technology that actually eats sunlight. No, you have to show that it actually can do this. You can't just make up some dumb range gain nonsense and say, oh, it's a range gain. And then the videos all point back to the same demonstration. It's nothing to do with range gain to begin with. Gee whiz, my goodness. It's the line. That's what it comes down. It's the line. So much line. And you talk all that trash. I come to buy your product. Did I back down from you buying your product? Just like I always do. Give me a debit card. Came to buy your product. And what you do, you get scared to move an entire state. Yeah, of course you did. Because you know what happened if we got our hands on that product and got it down here for testing, your screen would have failed miserably. I can tell by looking at it, would have failed miserably. Not only that, the hours it had taken me to paint that screen would have been a freaking nightmare. You can't, put it this way, Danny, let me explain something to you. You can't sell the product, even if we weren't even in the picture, you wouldn't have sold the product. Number one, if I'm a consumer and I'm going to be buying your product, and I'm looking at two different gains, I'm going to call you up or contact you and ask you, how do we acquire the higher gain? How are you going to answer that question? How do we know if we got it or not? How are you going to answer that question? Do you have any tests or demonstrations backing the theory up? Or you don't, do you? All right. You said your product is rear projection technology, right? I haven't seen any demonstrations on rear projection technology. I haven't shown anything on whatsoever. So someone paints that down to a surface and they can't see crystal clear through it, you got a problem on your hands. If that range gain doesn't pull up and they can't get the range, can't figure out how it's done, then you got a not as described coming against you, a PayPal complaint on you right there from the door. If someone sits there and they paint in a 120 or 100-inch screen and they say, hey, look, this thing doesn't look right because it's coming up spotty. I can see my wall pushing through on the other side. What's going wrong here? And you sit there and say, well, you didn't really actually paint the screen. You just moved the paint around. I'm filing a complaint against you. You mean to tell me I sat here and I wasted my time and my day to paint a surface in, and you mean to tell me that that wasn't even the actual initial paint job? I'm just pushing the paint around on the screen? Yeah, in the real world, it's called painting. The minute you take the paint from the roller and you move it around the screen, that is painting your wall or painting whatever you're painting at the end of the day. That's not moving the paint around to get the wall wet. Right there alone, someone would have filed a complaint on you that fast, that quick. So, it didn't take us to sink your ship at the end of the day. You would have done it yourself, easily. And the reason why it took him so long when he kept going back and forth over the surface, because he was literally restreaking the screen because the screen was changing colors. It was going from black to gray or dark gray, whatever it was changing over to. So yeah, you would have had a lot of complaints on you. And then the biggest problem of it all, it's not black. It keeps turning in a different color. So on week 5, sat there and shook the can up viciously. This is a video he actually tried to remove off his channel, and we have it. And the paint came up gray. You painted the screen, it came in gray. Crow painted the screen and it came in gray. And then he turned around and recoded the screen black to try to make it seem like it came up black to begin with. Y'all dirty. Y'all are really, really dirty. So you still got a problem, because chances are no one's going to buy this stuff anyway. But say somebody did buy it. Say it comes up gray. And they see Crow's video and they go, oh, how come my product didn't look like that? And mine came up gray instead of come up black. What happened? Jeez, you guys are unbelievable. That's why people don't take y'all seriously. That's why you don't make any money. That's why no one's been placing any orders from y'all, because y'all do dirty stuff. That's why. And since you entertain the devil has wasted your time. Because again, gentlemen, while I'll be out there flourishing and expanding my company and my business on our new technology, we'll be seeing you in court soon, and you'll be dealing with nonsense you basically allowed the devil to get yourself into. Instead of taking your time and crafting your products to make good products for your customers and ignoring the shenanigans of the devil and doing what you need to have done, you would have had probably a pretty good product by now. But instead of basically doing dumb stuff to me, you got yourself criminal charges and you got yourself lawsuits coming at you. So not only did the devil allow you to do dumb stuff at the end of the day, but you have nothing to show for it, and pretty soon you're going to lose your freedom and you're going to lose your, what do you call it, your well-being, your livelihood. Yes. Listen to Satan, the time waster. And me? Well, I got technology like this. Wasted your time. Listen to Satan, the time waster. The professional time waster. And if you sit there and say, well, I haven't wasted any time, let me ask you a question. What you got to show for right now in your products? What do you got to show for it? Jamie, you've been selling the same paint since 5 years ago. Nothing's changed about your products. Not a thing. What's new? Nothing. None of your products new. What about you, Danny? What about your products? Anything new? That stuff looks like the same stuff that you've been selling before. The goopity goo looks like the same stuff you have now with the PSP. Same thing. Nothing new. It's the same stuff. Nothing different. The videos we see on the Goopity Goo, we see that on the videos, or the Goppity Goo, we see that on the only videos that are popping up for the PSP, because the PSP doesn't have any video demonstrations attached to it. They're all from the old videos. Look at that right there. How much technology did we develop in our timeline? And that right there is old technology. So, you haven't done nothing. The time you wasted hating on me at the end of the day, you just squandered your time away. You got nothing to show for it. And you know why we can say you have nothing to show for it? Because when I came to buy your products, y'all canceled out. That's how we know you have nothing left. You have nothing that can stand against us. I came to buy your products and you basically canceled out. Can't get around it, gentlemen. It is what it is. You spent so much time hating on me that you really didn't work hard to make a good product. If you were going to come against me, at least make a product that basically can stand against us. But you didn't. You couldn't do it. You wasted too much of your time. You try to cut corners. And that's why when we came to buy your products, I have a stack of cancel orders from Jamie. I got a stack of orders from over there from Danny. I got videos showing Danny removing his marketplace. I got videos of Sean Crow removing his website multiple times. And not only that, removing his eBay channel. That's all we got. That's all you guys got to show for it. And then Danny, which is the most embarrassing. I don't know which one's more embarrassing. Crow has 19 cancellations from us. Danny has 7 cancellations, but Danny's cancellations are probably more embarrassing than Jamie's, because Danny's cancellations were so bad that we paid $160 for his product. We paid twice the amount of what his product is worth now. Jamie's product, we paid between $80 to $89. Jamie got so scared one time on an eBay order, he raised the price to $130. We still bought it, and he still canceled out. He couldn't even keep the money because the product didn't work. So we gave you $130 because you jumped the price, and I still bought it anyway, and you gave the money back. You couldn't even keep it because your product don't work. You have no confidence in your product. But Danny's was more embarrassing because Danny, we used the same $160 to buy all his products. The same $160. He gave us the money back so fast that we used the same $160. You know how embarrassing that is. And then pulled your marketplace down. So it shows me, at the end of the day, you let the devil waste your time. And all the time you spent hating on us, we advanced our technology. And we came in to buy your products so you could back them up, and you failed miserably. You couldn't even keep the money. And then if alone, you shut down your stores, your businesses, because you were afraid. That doesn't sound like anybody at the end of the day that would call something called a King's Challenge. That's how backwards and delusional you guys are. You want to talk about a King's Challenge? We have cancellations before you made the King's Challenge. What are you talking about King's Challenge for? What are those cancellations are for? Gee whiz Louise. So you wasted your time. That's what you did. And the reason why we decided not to come back and buy any more of your stuff is a waste of our time. It's a wasting our time to entertain your shenanigans because you don't have anything at all. All you can do now is just talk nasty about me and troll. That's all you can do. You don't have anything left. So the activities that we see on our message board pretty much just shows in the day that we predicted right. You don't have anything left. You have no products, no one's buying from you, and you're considered to be a joke in the industry. And the only thing you have left now is just basically just to form some kind of, I don't know, Girl Scout club, get together and basically snicker and say how much you hate me. Why would I care about that at the end of the day? Why does that bother me? I still make money at the end of the day. My technology still advances at the end of the day. So what do I care about your little snickering and crying at the end of the day? But I will see you in court to finish you off. So you cry and whine you want. What you should be doing, if you're going to be basically showing me at the end of the day that if you're worth my time, at the end of the day, you should be making better products, advanced products. But you can't because you wasted too much time. You let the devil waste your time. Oh well. I told you, gentlemen, if I want to embarrass you, I'll just take out my debit card and I'll just buy your stuff and watch my money go back to my account because you can't keep it. Because you can't back your products up. That's why you can't keep the money. $1,900 worth of orders were sent to Jamie. $700 was sent to, actually now not even $700. It'd be $760 would it be now sent back. And you all sent the money back. Okay. No, it's forgot. He didn't cancel out. He removed the state. You couldn't keep the money. When I sent the 2.0 to you, I kept your money. Well, I bought skins for my Dragon Ball Z action figures. And then you try to go and you try to file a have not described against me, and we showed the PayPal your batch number, that your product was working perfectly fine. He lost his claim. Yeah. And now you're going to turn around and sue you in court for 12 grand for basically falsifying that demonstration by saying that the product was a scam and we're ripping people off when your product had a legit batch number attached to it. So you're going to owe me $12,000 for that. Gee, I don't learn anything. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to be working on my projector mapping technology, which is something else I want to work on. I got things to do. And I guess you're going to just continue crying and whining about me, your little crow cast, getting there and, you know, have your little girl powwow group and cry about how I'm this, that, and the other and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. Just remember, gentlemen, you are being monitored and you are being watched for court. So just let you know, anything you say or anything you have done or whatever, you're just going to have to back that up in court, because if not, I'm going to sue you for a great deal of money. And again, some of you are going to be serving some hefty jail time. So whatever you say on YouTube, I don't care at the end of the day. Just remember, I'll see you in court. That's all. Other than that, again, people, they don't have nothing else. That's it. You're all too scared to take on us. No one's going to buy from you. I must be the big dog now. Am I the big dog now? Because for some reason, everybody's just trying to take me down at the end of the day. So I must be the big dog. But look at the outcome of it all. Look at the outcome of these guys. What's happened to them? So when we get done using them as an example, and this is the reason why they'll be used as an example in a court of law, that when we get done with them, I guarantee you, if anyone else even tries to make the same attempt they make, you will regret it deeply, deeply. You'll regret it. We get done with them. I'm going to make sure my attorneys push them through the ringer. And I'm sorry you want to sit there and say, today I'm supposed to be a Christian. I gave you the opportunity. I told you that when the day comes, if I decide to push through on this and we go to court, you guarantee I will show you no mercy. You will see a side of me you didn't even think freaking could possibly exist. I'm trying to bury you guys under the prison. You know what I mean? I'm dead serious here. I'm going to strip everything from you. You will have nothing when I'm done with you. I have the evidence, I got the power, and I got the ability to get the job done. I'm going to bury you under the prison. I'm going to make sure you guys never see the light of day when I'm done with you. Prosecuted my company for no reason whatsoever, and you said nasty things about me, and you basically tried to make my company look like it was a scam for years. So I'm going to make sure that when my attorneys are done with you, that you guys will never see the light of day again. And you can sit there and say it's a threat. It's not a threat. It's a 100% promise. So if you feel that you have a way to fight and get out of this, have your attorney reach out to me. I've still been waiting. It's been a month. I'll give you another 2 more months for an attorney to reach out to us. I guarantee you when I get done submitting the evidence and send it to your attorney's going to drop your case. I guarantee you. Because even he's not going to be able to win that case for you. Okay, well, with that being said, through all of that, let me see. I'm watching TV. And keep in mind that if you're buying projectors, and for the fellow for the Cayman, we know who you're from, just let you know from the door that next time you come into my channel, try to make it sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, these are DLP units right here. See that? That's a DLP unit right there. So this is DLP and LED. That's what they are. But if you're for the customers at the end of the day, when you're buying one of these portable handheld projectors like this, make sure it has that DLP logo on it. Because if it doesn't have it on it, the projector's going to be trash. All right. Well, with that being said, I got to get out of here. Me and Taco are going down to family today to chill with them. The neighbors downstairs got themselves a big Persian cat. I think Taco likes the cat, hopefully. they get along real well. Maybe I can get some little tacos. That'd be kind of cool to have a couple of little taco supremes running around. But anyway, fingers crossed. And I gotta go. And that's basically about it. All right, people. Be careful when you buy. Make sure you do your research before you buy from anybody today, including us. Do your research. Gotta go. Thank you all and God bless. Ugh.